to downplay it and say that there isn't widespread diversion happening, but if it's happening in Prince George, it's happening on Vancouver Island, it's happening in communities all across Canada that have these so-called safe supply programs. So what specific actions are you taking with your SUAP grants to ensure that no diversion is happening from these programs?
So first of all, I would say it's highly irresponsible to insinuate that there's political interference in law enforcement. Law enforcement does its job as it should without politicians getting involved, such as politicians not directing what is our medical directives. But as Jen Sachs answered earlier, in the steps that are being taken on the federal level for our projects, we've enhanced protocols for patient screening, efforts to better match drugs to patient tolerance. We've put in risk-based protocols to assess patient eligibility on take-home dosing. We have patient monitoring protocols in place. Actions to address diversion have included switching to observed dosing, transferring to different support services, or removing those who should not be in those programs.
Okay, so if those items aren't happening, will the lack of those things happening that you guys have just identified mean that you will not fund programs through SUAP?
That is correct.
Okay, so if there is evidence of diversion that is happening from SUAP program funded so-called safe supply programs, that funding will cease, and will it cease immediately?
At this point in time, the protocol measures have been put in place and they are constantly being monitored.
So how soon after diversion is found to be happening from those exact safe supply programs that your government is funding, will your government act to cut off that fund?
I'll refer to Jen Sachs.
At this point in time, what we are doing is working with all the projects to ensure that they are putting in those robust set of safeguards and measures. And we will be there will be regular reporting. We have open line of communication with the projects, with law enforcement, all of these. And so we will be regularly monitoring and then making adjustments as needed.
I think it's really sad for Canadians that the government refuses to give an answer as to what they would do